Welcome to Wisdom Teachings with Dr. Amanda Love. Today's topic, self-purification. Self-purification. We are often looking for someone or something to save us. Maybe it's the government that will fix all of the things that are wrong with the world. Perhaps it is our parents or the next generation of children that will bail us all out of trouble. Maybe it's the doctors that know, or the wise teachers and spiritual gurus that have the answers. Perhaps God will just fix everything. All of these scenarios are tempting to lean into. They lure us in with the hope that they contain the solutions to the problems we perceive ail us. It's so enticing to deny, reject, or ignore our own knowing and power and give it over to something or someone that seems to know better. It appears easier and takes less energy because it allows us to not feel the growing pains of taking responsibility and self-purifying. Resting our wishful hope that something or someone other than us will fix all of the stuff that isn't working in ourselves or in this life provides a great opportunity to leave us feeling powerless, helpless, and needing saving. None of this implies that we don't need other people or other things. We very much do. There are also some scenarios where we do need to be saved. These include situations or dynamics where there is a power imbalance and harm is being inflicted. That power imbalance could be physical, meaning someone is harming another person using their physicalness or physical means. It could also be a mental-emotional power imbalance, where someone uses emotions or knows information or details not known by the other, and uses that as a strategy for manipulation and to gain power. We also sometimes need to be saved from our own limiting or negative thoughts that may result in self-injurious behavior, which is often a means to feel some power or control. Outside of these types of scenarios, we don't need to be saved, but rather need to step into our lives. Ultimately, what we want to be saved from are the feelings we have about the things in life that we don't like. This could be sensations in our body, our inner self-dialogue, how someone talks to or interacts with us, the dynamics of something happening at work or in our business, the structure of our schools or our healthcare systems, and on and on. When we have a feeling that we don't like about something we are experiencing, and we perceive a sense of powerlessness, lethargy, apathy, or complacency with it, this is a recipe for deflected power. This is a hopelessly hoping that our feelings about whatever the thing is will change without feeling like we have any ability to change it. Most of us get the spiritual concept that all of life is interconnected, yet we often don't really understand that life is happening with us. Rather, we tend to interact with life as if it's just happening, either on its own accord, randomly, or to us. For example, we hear some piece of news on the radio, or develop a sensation in our body, or have an unpleasant interaction with someone, and it seems to just be happening. We aren't even really sure how we arrived in this moment inside of whatever experience is showing up. It just seems to be here now. Sometimes our logical mind can induce and reason as to why things are the way they are. For example, maybe you ate some bad fish and now the sensations in your belly are telling you about it. Or perhaps you made a snarky comment to your partner, hence the unpleasant interaction. But making the connections as to how life is happening with us isn't always as clear. Just because we don't always make the connection doesn't mean there isn't one to be made. It's simply that we are not aware of it. This is where self-purification comes into play. In order to increase our awareness, make connections, and see how life is happening with us, we need to be a clear channel. If we are full of stuff, i.e. the content of our lives, then we don't have the bandwidth available to pay attention. It is sort of like you are watching a show on Channel 4 that is full of drama, action, relationships, and a storyline that really has you hooked. You keep watching episode after episode of this program because you just can't seem to turn it off. It has your full attention. You've heard through the grapevine that there is a really good program on Channel 1, but it's more chill over there, so it has felt a little less exciting to you. You've changed the channel a few times to go and check it out, but there is just a lot of peace and quiet on that channel. You get kind of bored and switch back to Channel 4, where you can be on the edge of whatever twist or turn comes next. Maybe a gas station will explode, or a bank robbery will take place, or a relationship saga will unfold. That's better, much more exciting, but gosh, you still can't figure out why your knee hurts, or why your boss was mean to you today, or why our school systems suck so badly. We tend to think, oh, I guess someone will figure it out, or it'll figure itself out. This is often our disempowered, disconnected stance. From this place, we have a tendency to think that the answers we seek will come through more and more outer stuff, but it's the opposite. We distract ourselves from the quiet of our inner knowing because it just seems like there is nothing there. However, the more inwardly still we become and the clearer we are of stuff, the more aware we are of everything. With more awareness, it is easier to see and make connections. When we make connections, we feel more empowered, look less for something or someone else to fix this life, and see more what we can contribute to it all. We also see that how we are experiencing life is directly correlated with how we are. How we feel and what we do determines how this life is created. It is not a passive random process that is just happening despite how it may currently seem to you. You are not a character in the show you are watching. You are the creator of it. Nothing is happening to you, but rather you are the source of it. It only requires some stillness from the constant content of your mind to see what's actually going on.